Oh, hi there. I'm Markley Morrison, and this is the Season 7 premiere of Low Profile. I'm real excited to kick things off today because I've been working on this season for a little over a year, and as usual, I'll be presenting a ton of terrific musical guests. Also, my wife Lonnie is supplying hand-drawn portraits of all the artists for each episode, starting with today's guest, Peter David Connolly of the Monoreels, whose latest self-released album, Without Love, is available on Bandcamp. In addition to the band's output over the past 20 years or so, we talk about how to hack the algorithms that police low-res photos, worshiping the Beach Boys, the role of piano in contemporary rock music, and Peter gives a few piano and vocal performances we taped in his home here in Olympia. This episode is also available on video, filmed and directed by Andrew Ebright at TCTV Studio A. You can find a link to watch this on this episode's website at lowprofilepodcast.com, or catch it late at night on Channel 22 in Thurston County. Some, but not all, of the visual references have been edited out for the version you're hearing now. That said, let's go now to the studio and get to it. Hey, how's it going? This is Low Profile. I'm Markley Morrison, and today we are joined by the Monoreels, all the original band members right here in the studio, TC Media in Olympia, Washington. The Monoreels was started by a fella named Peter David Connolly, and here he is. Peter, thank you so much for coming to this.
Thank you for having me. This is a new experience for me.
Oh, same. I'm just still finding my legs, or growing my legs, I guess you'd say.
Finding your legs.
I think they say growing your legs in this business.
Yeah.
But that's good.
This is a lovely set you have here, and thank you for, this profile of some of the, back catalog and everything.
Yeah, this is a little bit of it. So. All the way in the back is the Monoreels Volume 1, which it's your only LP release.
So far, hopefully there'll be more of those.
Yeah, and it's if you find that online, it's called BFXing, like boyfriend crossing?
Yeah, that was kind of not my title. That was sort of, in an attempt at including other members of the band at that time. I just sort of used a inside joke that was sort of their joke.
Okay.
But yeah, it was boyfriend crossing as we were in Spokane, and that was just a comment someone said when they saw a few skater guys crossing the street in front of us.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. It should have just been called like the Sheaf era or something, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, I mean, when you're in an era, maybe you don't know you're in an era.
Exactly. It's only in retrospect that you realize what era you're in.
Yeah, and so that was a period when I first saw you performing. It was in that era. Mm-hmm. April and Summer Sheaf.
Mm-hmm. And
Three-part harmony.
You through Lindsay, the eldest sister.
The eldest of the Sheaf sisters, yeah.
I remember vividly the moment that I met you.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were at Chez Puget in Olympia, and before I ever even heard you talk or met you, I watched you just burst into song spontaneously. There was like a jam happening, and you just started singing along, and
oh, wow.
That was the first time I heard your voice.
That sounds like something I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it was very beautiful. I mean, it was very real and unforced.
I used to make music a lot.
You still do?
A little bit here and there. I'm mostly like digging around on other people's music now, which is just as fun for me because then I get to listen to all this stuff. I listen to these 3 records in particular a ton lately. I mean, I've known this the one on LP pretty well for a long time. Especially, I remember we used to do these all-day shows here in Olympia called Microfest, and I'm not sure if it was the first time I saw the Monoreels perform. It couldn't have been.
Oh, I'm not. The
But it
one
was-
we played it, I think the first time, remember we sang on top of a car?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys all used a car in the driveway as your stage,
Yeah.
and that was
Because that was during the time when I was pretty much the only instrumentalist. It was just all about harmony singing, and so we could do things like that. Play a
Yeah.
show sitting on top of a car.
So. Can you tell me about the various iterations of the Monoreels?
Yeah. Well, at the beginning, the idea of having it at the beginning it was just me playing acoustic guitar and singing, and the reason why I had it called the Monoreels and it wasn't just my name was it was a little bit modeled after the way that the magnetic fields worked, or it was kind of just one person's project, but it was, you know, it was sort of an umbrella where he could have different singers if he thought they sounded better on a song than him, or just to have variety. And I thought that it wouldn't be very cool if I just called it Peter David Connolly and then I sang half the time.
Yeah,
I just thought that
makes
wouldn't
sense.
that just wasn't okay, so it'd be better to have a sort of band name, even though it wasn't a band at all when it started. And then there was a rock group version that John Merrithew from C Average was in.
Yeah,
And
C Average, another local Olympia
yes,
heavy hitters.
yeah, and
Big
that
deal
was,
around here.
That was, to me, having him be the guitar player in the band was like if you got, you know, Pete Townsend to be your guitar player. Like I was just a huge fan of his. So to have him playing guitar in my songs was incredible at that time.
Yeah. Did you make any recordings of that?
We did. He's on some of the second album, which has been out of print for a long time. Unfortunately, through no fault of his or anyone else in the band, I do think that's the worst one. That's the weakest one. But it has nothing to do with him. It's just my songs were not up to par, I guess.
Yeah.
At that point. Or at least that's how I feel now. At the time, I thought it was going to be great, but
Yeah. You're in the moment.
yeah.
Sometimes just a little bit of distance, you can like see something for what it is,
It's true, yeah.
than being right in the moment.
But yeah, that was the first combo incarnation. And then there was a version that retained Chad, who was the drummer in the first band. He stayed for another one where I started just playing piano, and we had him and a cellist. And we were like, we went from being like trying to be heavy to like the opposite of that.
Kind of a Baroque feel.
Yeah, or just like, I think maybe he played like with brushes. I might be remembering that wrong. It did not rock at all. Like we went from that trying to be what we did to go in the total opposite way. And then the third version was with April and Summer. And
Right.
that way.
Which, for the record, your live sets with that trio didn't sound a damn thing like this record.
Yeah, not much, yeah.
I mean, apart from the harmony and you know,
Right,
the songs
yeah.
translate, but this is like really, well, you got a lot of drum machine going on and
Yeah, maybe a little too much.
thick arrangement. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
how
it's
much
fine.
is too much?
Yeah, that was just the time. But it wasn't even like a real drum machine. It was like a Casio keyboard, and I'd hit like disco, and then it changed another part, and I'd hit like swing or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've never even programmed a drum machine in my life. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Wait till the next segment. That's what we're going to be doing.
We're going to be programming a drum machine
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
God, it's all kind of
You
all
brought it,
kinds
right?
of firsts today.
You played, I mean, most of the instruments, but you have a lot of guests on there.
Yeah, I wish that I'd had even more idea, and hopefully I'm sort of tentatively starting the process of making another one, and I really would like to see if I can have just as many guests as possible. I was telling a friend of mine that I wanted to participate on it, that I think it'd be cool if the next one had like one track that I'm not even on. Like maybe I wrote the song, but I'm not on it.
Arrangements, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like I don't appear on it. Like it's someone, or maybe I help record it, but I don't sing or play on it.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
We'll see if that happens.
Cool. And yeah, I really like the cover art. It reminds me of someone I know. And
who is it?
Look at this guy.
Oh, it reminds you of me, of the person sitting across from you.
Super cute, I gotta say. It's a really cute picture.
Thank you. That was not intended as an album cover.
Who took that?
I took it.
Is that a selfie?
It is a selfie, and it was on a flip phone. So
Oh, wow.
It's not very high def. Like to have it on the streaming services, they actually rejected it at first because it wasn't high quality enough. So it had to. I can't remember. My friend who did the layout had to do something to sharpen it.
You know how you can get away with that on some formats is that if you take a photo that they say is too low quality. This is a hack for everyone out there, actually. If they're ever telling you your photo's not high quality enough, then take a screenshot of that photo on a smartphone, and all of a sudden, the quality is good enough.
And it probably looks the same.
It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, so it's really, yeah.
It's just a way to cheat the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah, and I remember when it got rejected, it annoyed me because I just thought of this, like Paul McCartney made an album like 20 years ago where the cover is him like taking a selfie basically on a watch phone. And it looks terrible. It's like way worse quality than that. And I'm like, well, they let that slide, but that's Paul McCartney, so.
Yeah, he can get away with whatever these days, I think. They say he broke up Fluxus. I read that recently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that makes the shoe on the other foot a little then, isn't
Yeah.
it? He broke up Fluxus. Maybe it's true.
Maybe. I understand you're going to be performing some songs for us today. What songs are you going to do first? You're going to do a couple here, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't know what song I should do first. Maybe I'll do a new one.
Sounds great.
It's called Eleanor's Song.
Cool. All right, so let's go next door to your house.
Okay,
Real
right.
quick.
It's just over here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no problem.
All right, cool. Here, I'll go with you. Oh, wait. You're still tied up.
Yeah,
so am I.
I forgot, and I was warned.
Okay, rolling.
I got in a car and didn't check where it was headed. It'd be wrong to tell the driver where to turn. This two-way was impassable the first time that we met it. Now I slow to watch the streetlights as they burn and glow so easy, glow so easy. I think I'll hop a bus today that crawls along to somewhere. Your song from 2010 will keep me proud. This backpack holds a book of all the routes and destinations, all useless information to me now. Just keep on singing, don't stop singing. And I'll sing it too, I'll sing it too, I'll sing it too, I'll sing it too. I'll play anything that you'd allow. Someone pull the words out now. Every day I shuffle through a world beset by ruin, bereft of any script or guarantee. Another sleepless night, I lay here wondering what you're doing. Are you staring at the ceiling just like me? Just keep on breathing, don't ever stop breathing. And I'll breathe with you, I'll breathe with you, for however long that you want me to. Make your tragedy turn out somehow. Someone pull the words out now. Someone pull the words out now.
You know what I was wondering is, have you ever heard of this band, the Beach Boys?
Yeah,
I thought you might really like them.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they make music, you make music. It just seems like peas in a pod.
They're white guys. I'm a white guy.
They're super old. I mean, you're older than me, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm not Beach Boys. I'm not at that age yet, but yes, all joking aside, that is my favorite music. It has been since I was a teenager. The Beach Boys and Laura Nyro, and as we tape this, Ronnie Spector just passed yesterday, so that's also
Yeah.
another one of my heroes as well.
Respect.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, one of the greats. What, you got a fave Beach Boys tune?
Oh God, that would be so hard to. I could never say.
How about least favorite Beach Boys song?
That also would be hard to say.
I got one for both.
Okay, let's hear yours.
Okay. So, student demonstration time
Your favorite one.
and busy doing nothing.
Your least favorite one. No, it's the other way around.
I think, yeah, it's the other way around. But
Yeah, student demonstration time. That's a one. That one's pretty rough.
it's a
but
stinker.
I think there could be worse than that. But probably the ones that are worse than that aren't even. I don't even remember. Like I just heard it once.
Just ones that
and-
didn't make an impression.
Yeah,
or-
they weren't even memorable. That one, at least give it to it that it makes an impression.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Like,
Also,
what the
it's
hell
on
were
a-
you guys thinking?
Yeah, and it's on a record that's so good.
Yeah,
Like
It's true.
That's the songs surrounding it are so good that it makes it really stick out.
like a sore thumb.
The song on "Till I Die" on that record, that would be one of my favorites.
It's gorgeous.
Maybe if I had to pick a favorite, it might be "Surf's Up." That might be my favorite, especially that version that came out in the '90s box set. That's just Brian playing piano and singing it. That could be my favorite recording in the history of recording.
Wow.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to pick favorites on things, but
Yeah, it's just really pure,
yeah.
I feel like.
There's something really beautiful when you hear a recording of a performer that doesn't have any intention of it being heard, of it coming out. You know, it's just a demo or you know, it's just like a one-off, and you can tell that they're not thinking like this is the one people are going to hear, and I think that's definitely the case with that recording.
I saw you opening for Jeffrey Lewis as well.
Yeah,
Just
that was the last one.
Solo piano and voice. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, speaking of Brian Surf's Up, you know, the purity of it, I think, is really nice. And I had seen you play piano previously, but not in such a. Does it feel pretty vulnerable?
Oh,
doing it that way?
absolutely, no question. Yeah, that's putting yourself in the scariest. I can't really think of a more scary way to perform, honestly. Maybe if it was taking out the piano and it was just a cappella, just me, maybe that would be scarier. But
Yeah.
that's also that's the last instrument that you want to be playing if you have any nerves, because your hands will be like that a little bit.
Nobody said piano, but I'm bored.
Yeah,
That's something that you said.
that's the
in
first
song.
line on the album too.
Yeah. And
That was sort of that whole first verse was sort of, I wouldn't try to be as, pompous enough to say that I'm trying to make some big lofty statement or anything, but the thing that was sort of trying to say was that I feel like in this country, especially with creative people, there's not really a whole lot of demand for that. And it's not seen as much as a valuable commodity as it is in like maybe some European countries, for instance.
yeah.
So that was sort of like, by opening the record saying that, I was just sort of trying to make the point that, no one's really asking me to do this. I'm only doing it because I feel like I have to. I have to be involved in creative projects in order to have even a base level of happiness. So.
It's beautiful record. It's lush. I really like this one here. What?
That one's called Grown Up
Grown Up So Slow.
Actually, to be totally honest, I hated that one when it came.
Right off the bat?
Yeah, right when it was done, I thought it was terrible. It's like someone asked me why I felt so negatively about it, and I said, and because also it took so long, it was like 2 years I was recording it, and someone asked me how I felt about it, and I was like, it feels like you trained for a boxing match for 2 years and then lost the fight. Like that's what I just felt like I blew it. You're writing that one down?
Yeah. Did not like it at first.
But now, when I heard that song on the radio yesterday, I was like, oh, it was only one track, but I was like, oh, that sounds cool, kind of rocks. And
Aged well, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. How
And-
old were you when you made that one?
Where was I?
How old were you?
I was, I don't know, 31 or something. I can't remember.
Just a wee babe.
Just a wee babe, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that title is pretty apt for my life. I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
For sure. I still highly immature.
Yeah, you can tell it by the long hair.
Yeah. Well, that was also just a quarantine thing.
Yeah. No barbers. I remember.
Well, remember at the beginning when
There were people protesting
everyone
because
was-
they couldn't get a
because
haircut.
They couldn't get a haircut, as if that's important in the scheme of things. So I thought maybe growing your hair out has kind of like become a rebellious statement again.
Yeah.
To a small degree.
Yeah. You changed a lot since, the person sitting in front of me is a lot different than the person on that album cover right there.
Oh, it's the same guy. I
Same.
still wear that shirt sometimes. Also, if you look, I don't know how close they can zoom in, but I'm holding my cat in that photo, and she's running off my lap. And if you look closely, her tail is in the shot. Because I was trying to pose with my cat, but she wasn't having any of it.
Oh, yeah. You got to get someone else to take that picture. You need two hands on a cat.
Yeah, hold your hand. And, yeah.
Well, can we hear the first song from that performed in your apartment
Yeah,
on piano?
absolutely. This is going to be without Lily's part. My good friend Lily sings the bridge in the recording.
Yeah. So who's
I'm
going to sing
gonna
it?
sing it this time.
Oh, nice. Okay. Great. And you're going to do one more from Without Love as well.
Yes, that's correct. I'm going to do the song We Don't Like the Same Things Anymore.
It's a tearjerker. All right. Here we go. Back to your place.
Should I rise again?
Nah.
Come back to this one. Sorry, y'all. Just can't get a complete take of that one for some reason. All right, this is going to be We Don't Like the Same Things Anymore. I think I'll lie awake all morning and let you guess when I'm holding my tongue. You say the music I like is too 60s. I think the music you like is too dumb. Someone's gonna feel left out when you find the weakness I can't quite defend. Sitting through that show you had dreams about, and I'll never get that hour back again. If only they'd explain things, but we don't like the same things anymore. And you don't have to reach for sympathy. All we ever did was carry on. I won't serve a denomination. Show me the scripture written by girls. And you don't laugh at that kind of comedy anyway. I think he's the funniest prick in the world. Oh, how did John so bad? You used to guess my thoughts 2 lines ahead. A famous face still hangs upon your wall, and I wonder if he'd feel the same if he wasn't dead. And still making up his lame things. We don't like the same things anymore. That's all right, right? Yeah. All right, should I try the hard one again? And maybe if I continue screwing it up, maybe we could jump into sleep capsule. I'll try to get it though. You rolling? I'm ready. Are you're gonna pan over? Oh, cool. All right. Nobody said piano, but I'm bored. No one said, hey Peter, grab a pen and press record. If I'm pushing through the cone of somebody's speaker, I made my reward. So Harry's got a motive to produce. As long as he writes copy, he won't be fired for getting loose. But this used to be still drunk on the receiver, cut from the news. And I've studied floors on LSD. I insufflated cocaine through a dollar store receipt. Now I need the kind of kick that won't leave me hanging, hiding in a tree. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. please grant me possession, a shot to belong. This is my season of mistakes. My guiding light is faded, and perversion cut the brakes. It's the trap I'm more than willing to step into, if that's what it takes. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil. Thought maybe I'd place my soul to the devil, to the devil, to the devil.
That was great. That was lovely. I really like it when you play that piano. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that's the piano that's on the cover there. I live on the top floor of an apartment building, and God, that almost killed me. We had to have 7 people push that up the stairwell.
Oh my God.
That was really like I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I really just lucked out because I decided that it would be cool to have a real piano in my apartment rather than just an electronic thing. And so I looked on Craigslist, and one was available for free in Shelton. And this good friend of mine, his name is Mircea, he's always up for an adventure like that. So he was just like, yeah, let's go get you a free piano. And for some reason, when I looked at the photo and the shot, I thought it was going to be like a little miniature, little spinet sort of thing. But when we arrived at the house, it was like, no, that's a full-sized, built in 1916 or something, upright piano. And it was just like 7 people, like 1, 2, 3, another stair, and then another stair. And then when we were halfway up the stairwell, because I volunteered to be at the bottom because since it was my piano, I felt like I had to take the worst part of that job. And then when we got halfway up, there was a couple of times I was like, I don't know, man, if I can hold that. And you get that adrenaline, like I might be crushed by an upright piano. This might be the end of the line for me. But then we got it up there. I had a tuner come, and it held pitch and worked out great. And then so that's all over the record. It really just was dumb luck. Like it could have been a disaster in multiple ways, but somehow it worked out.
You had someone come over and tune it after you moved it in? Or?
Yeah, and then I was scared because of that, because, you know, I don't really know the cosmetics of an upright piano. I looked inside and it looked like nothing was broken or anything, but it could have been possible that he could have been like, this, I can't put this into pitch. It's not gonna hold pitch.
Yeah.
And so when he said like, this is responding really nicely, I was like, oh, thank you. Like, what a relief. So, but if I have to move, then we're gonna have to go, you know, through this whole nightmare all over again.
This one time, Peter, changing the subject.
No, go ahead.
But,
I'm happy to change the subject.
I was on tour or something. I was out of town, and somebody was. I got word that back in Olympia there were like flyers that Weezer was playing in Olympia, and I was like, that's weird. And you know something about that.
Yeah, I was in it.
So you had a band in Olympia, and you just called it Weezer.
We were called Weezer.
Yeah.
We played the just stuff from the 90s, which is
First two records.
first two records and some of the B-sides. I sort of grew up listening to that band and those first two records. I am not a fan of what they have done in the last 2 decades or so, for the most part. You know, there's multiple camps in that. Some people aren't a fan of anything they've done.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, doing playing some of those songs in the first two records with a few other people at ear-splitting volume was so fun.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
unbelievably
sure.
fun.
Were you the singer?
Me and this other guy who I started it with kind of switched off the lead singer, guitar player. I sang like maybe 2/3 of them, and he played all the solos because he was a much more accomplished guitar player than me. But yeah, that was so much fun. It really hurts your left hand because you're never out of the
power
power
chord?
chord. Like they just
Yeah.
don't, at least in the early days, they never really, that was just going all the time. So we'd just finish a song and I'd be like, God, that is
Oh,
difficult. But yeah, that was a ton of fun.
Do you think people showed up expecting the non-Olympia Weezer to be there?
I don't think that anyone really expected that, but I've been in punk bands that toured and, you know, all across the US and Canada and stuff, and I have never played in a band that caused as much havoc and danger and potential bodily harm as the Weezer cover band. That was like, for at least a couple years after that ended, and when I would hear Say It Ain't So on the radio or whatever, I'd get really nervous when it was about to be the part that it gets heavy for the first time, because that was when the crowds would just lose it.
Yeah.
They tore the ceiling down on us at the Phoenix House.
Oh my
Like
God.
it was like the end of Phoenix House Going Away Fest, and we played and they had all these like acoustic tiles in the ceiling. They like ripped them down on the band, and there was a human chain in the front trying to protect us.
Wow.
Which wasn't really working. And then after the show, my lips were all bloody because I was playing guitar, so I didn't have any protection, and people just kept on, you know, shoving the microphone into my mouth. And
Ooh.
that's like the only time on stage that I've had to say, like, y'all need to chill out or we can't continue playing. Like you get a bunch of half-drunk kids in.
Calm down, or there's no
room.
rock and roll.
Yeah. I just never really thought that I was going to have that experience, because most of the rowdy stuff I've ever played, I've been the drummer, and that's kind of nice because you have protection. You know, you got some toms and cymbal stands. You got, you know, even if someone sails into the set, and I've had that happen a few times. Like you kind of have a little bit.
And if I
something
may,
in between.
you are a kick-ass drummer, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's sort of my that's the skill I can use on other people's music.
Yeah.
Or feel more confident like playing on other people's stuff as drummer. As long as it's not jazz or something. I can't really play jazz.
You just got to hit like random notes and.
Yeah, there's a technique and sort of a feel. I'm not very good at something where it doesn't revolve around the kick and snare all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, jazz is sort of more like the hi-hat and the ride cymbal are sort of pushing it along. And,
Yeah. Yeah. They get the starring role in that set.
It's got to be kind of like beats for me to do it.
That's good. No drums on the title track from Without Love, are there?
No, and this guy Rogan, who played the sax parts on the arrangement in that song, was done by my friend Caleb. Have you met Caleb before?
Oh yeah, Caleb's a real sweetheart.
Sweetheart and unbelievably talented musically. Off the chart level talent.
So he did the horn arrangement?
He did the horn arrangement and sort of co-produced it with me. And that was also during quarantine. It was before we were vaccinated, so I had to sort of send him my parts, and then he did the arrangement with this guy Rogan, and that was one of the things that Rogan said he was the most. He's like, I love that it doesn't have drums. He's like, I love that it and I just didn't think it would have been appropriate. I just didn't think that would have sounded good on that song.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
I just noticed.
Yeah, maybe we could do a live version someday that does have drums or something. I don't know.
Maybe just like a cymbal crash at the end.
Yeah, just right at the end. No drums, and then whoosh at the very end of this, or a gong or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I used to live such lonely days, but now they're cake. I'll make a cup of tea at home without love. And staying off the tilt-a-whirl is such relief. To keep familiar company without love, without love, I can lose the will to find a place to be. Without love, without love, wondering why I gave so much of me before, so young and foolish, trusting everyone. Ooh. The better half of someone else gave a piece and crawled the carpet on his knees without love. And someday I'll turn desperate, I won't. But now I laugh into the face of that love. Without love, I can lose the will to find a place to be. Without love, without love, wondering why I gave so much of me before, so young and foolish, trusting everyone. And she could have been anyone.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on Low Profile. Do we get to shake hands across the desk here?
Looking forward to having you back.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
She always sleeps there.
Cute.
Okay, so the highest one is. That's. Yeah. That's good. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you going to introduce Summer, or just she's there all of a sudden?
I just poof.
Yeah,
Green
maybe it
screen.
should just be.
She's just there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just put my name at the bottom.
Sure. Also, she's on multiple releases,
Yeah.
including the new one. Okay. We're in C now.
miss you so much. A heart used to kick in me. Now it's the one in your clutch, in the waterproof pocket of your black carry-on. Ooh, baby, come home. The floor that you walk, I'm supposed to just swing with you now. Relearn how to talk. Just another bad dream for you. Just the saddest of songs. Ooh, baby, come home. I drank so much wine, you were almost in front of me, and it was almost time. And I swear I'm the sweetest boy that's gonna ever come along. Ooh, baby, come home. It's so hard when you're gone. Now my security, call it just a memory. I swear tonight I'm through holding on. You come to my rooftop and fall down the flue, saying, baby, I missed you too. And I'd never leave. Don't you know that I'd never leave?
That
was pretty
was
good.
really fun to sing.
Yeah. That also might have had a first take intensity I don't think we could get again. Sometimes the first take is.
You've been listening to Low Profile. I'm Mark Lee Morrison, and you just heard an episode on the Mona Reels featuring Peter David Connolly. You can find links to the Mona Reels music on this episode's website at lowprofilepodcast.com, where you can also watch the broadcast television version of this episode. If that's not enough Mona Reels for you, they gave another performance and interview during the Schurler Sundays live series, and you can hear that 2 episodes back. Today's show was recorded for Thurston Community Media by Andrew Ebright. If you'd like to support Low Profile and get early access to future episodes and occasional exclusive bonus content, head over to patreon.com/lowprofile and sign up for flexible monthly donations. Join the crew of executive producers. Next time on Low Profile, I'll be speaking with Suzy Roach of The Roaches and her daughter, singer-songwriter Lucy Wainwright Roach. You can subscribe to this show wherever you get podcasts to make sure you hear new episodes as soon as they're released and catch up on previous shows you may have missed. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you real soon.